Those
Okay.
who missed in the YouTube, they will watch.
So good evening, all students, those who found time and you are available for this today's discussion. And especially this session is organized to discuss all your queries in your mind and to have clarity on all your question, all your doubts which you have. So I would request everyone, one by one to introduce themselves and start your queries, start your questions. Till other people join. There are yet we are waiting for 20, minimum 25 people to join, but nevertheless we can start raising time. So I would call your name, or you are going to start. I could see Chaitra, Rohini, Vivek, Nima, Sharavanan, then Pranita,
Yeah. Please
Dovia.
start with Chitragar. Chitragar, you are already registered for this program. And then
Yes,
please, what is your question? That is the 21 CFR US FDA is covered or not, right? Hello,
yeah.
ma'am.
Who was
Chitra
that?
ma'am.
Who was that? Chaitra. Who wants to
Yes,
ask?
yes, that was my question actually.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
Chaitra. Can you introduce yourself and please ask your question?
Yeah, myself Chaitra, I'm from Bangalore, working as an complaint handling department from the QA from Alcon company.
Okay.
So I just wanted to know this 21 CFR 830, sorry, 820 and 803 is included in the standards.
See, in when we talk about US FDA submission, the regulatory submission, we have touched upon that, but not entire. So when we talk about the quality management system as per ISO 13485, it is more or less equivalent to our QSR 21 CFR Part 820. Okay, so 820 comprises of GMP part, how in pharma world the good manufacturing practices are there. Similar way, if you follow the good manufacturing practice in case of medical devices, that is acceptable. Okay, so most of the client, like we are working as a consultant, auditor and trainer. So most of the client who have ISO 13485 system built in, it is acceptable to US FDA as well.
Okay, so this will be just in a brief, not in detail, right?
Yeah,
That means,
detailed procedure will be followed for the submission part like 510K, PMA, all other applications, how US FDA works. And in ISO 13485, all clauses will be taught to you, all 8 clauses.
okay, fine. Thank you.
Welcome.
Can I just ask one more question, please?
Yeah, please.
Uh, by doing this course, uh, basically, this is basically for the change of a role I'm looking for, not for the certification purpose. I'm doing it basically to understand the iOS standards in depth, so that if I further go for the role change, so this I can implement into the quality assurance team.
Perfect. You are going to benefit out of it. So once a few more participants will join, I will go through one by one, what all 5 modules comprises of, what you are going to learn. Okay. And not only these modules, there are so many case studies, there are so many people coming from industry and sharing their knowledge with you. And that adds to value to your profile, your knowledge, and everywhere, wherever you are working, that would be much helpful to you in day night.
Okay,
Yeah.
so basically when we want to change a role again, we should start again from the scratch of an executive level, or is there, by doing this it may help us to directly get into the through the senior post?
Yeah, see, now suppose if you are into junior executive or whatever, I don't know what is your position, okay, and what is your job role. So suppose currently you are handling checking of documentation, approval of documentation as a QA person, okay, and you are willing to get a higher post. So now only checking and review part. Beyond that, if you handle audit part, beyond that you can handle regulatory submissions. Then how to handle all US FDA, Europe, and this India. We have covered 3 countries. Okay. Then all ISI part, ISO part, and 510K and all Sugam portal submissions. So those all things will be covered in this program. So if it is going to add value to your current profile, definitely you will be promoted. Am I right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So anyone else? Vivek, Nima, Saiti, Madhuri.
Yeah. Hi, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah. Good evening.
Can I go forward?
Yeah, please, one by one, you have to speak.
Yeah. Hello, this is Sahiti Madhuri. Recently, I finished my master studies in Germany, and currently I'm in the searching for a job, and I'm much interested in this quality assurance field. So, in this course, you said the second or third module, you said you're gonna cover the, yeah, in the second module, it's a medical device regulations.
Correct.
So can I expect regulations like MDR and the MDD and ISO 13485? So something like that?
Yes, yes. So what I will do, I will show you first what exactly we are going to cover so that you can, ask more question relevant to the syllabus or whatever comes to your mind. Okay. So give
Mhm.
me a couple of seconds. So this is just I will go through syllabus other part. Yeah. So these are the 5 modules, and this is the weekend 50 hours course. Okay. So
Mhm.
we are going to introduce about various medical device regulatory bodies like India, US, and Europe. Okay.
Okay.
Then we are going to teach you about QMS, the quality management system as per ISO 13485, and there are
Mhm.
8 clauses. Okay, and some part of auditing technique as per ISO 1901. Okay.
Mhm.
Then the
Yeah.
risk management risk analysis as per ISO 14971. This number is wrong. Okay. Then
Mhm.
technical file preparation for the Europe, like CE mark and technical file preparation will be taught to you as per
Mhm.
European country specific requirement, and the regulatory submission to notified body and the regulatory authorities, in which we are again going to cover US, Europe, and India. Okay. So in
Yeah.
detail, if you see, this is the program, how it looks like. Okay. So under
Mhm.
introduction, you are going to learn overview of medical device industry worldwide. Where are we
Mhm.
today and where we will be in near future after 5 years, 10 years down the line, and how it is going to helpful. Because medical device, as you heard, it's a booming segment nowadays. Lots of medical device companies, startups are coming up, and during COVID pandemic also you might have seen lots of
Yeah.
manufacturer for the rapid kit, then thermometer, then oxygen ventilator, and so many things are coming up, right? So from head
Mhm.
to toe, there are medical device going to use, and this industry is going to boost like anything. Trust me. So we are going to cover all worldwide how this industry looks like, and then
Mhm.
the quality regulatory requirement for India, Europe, and US FDA, and quality management system, how you are going to implement robust quality management system in your company. Okay, and clause wise
Yeah.
we will take this, because this session takes almost 3 weeks time. So every week we are going to meet 3 hours, like 5:30 to 8:30 on every Saturday, and
Yeah.
like that we spend huge time for training all the students. Then even we take mock quiz, and we discuss case studies. All industrial speakers will be coming and sharing their knowledge with you all. Then coming to
Okay.
second point, like quality management system, as I said, we are going to train you, for all clause-wise section, then the auditing skills and technique, then risk
Mhm.
management as per, ISO 14971. So this is also, a big topic as such, and it's
Mhm.
a bit challenging also, critical also. So we bring lots of studies to teach you how the risk is analyzed, risk is identified and analyzed, and then the risk assessment is carried out, and throughout
Mhm.
the system, then how you're going to manage in future, the risk management plan, and everything will be taught to you. Coming to fourth module, that is technical file preparation, in which we are going to cover all CE mark and all the submission part, like as I said, 510K application, PMA submission, then Sugam portal. So everything will be covered during this technical file fourth and the fifth session, if you see. So after preparation of technical file only, you are going to deal with the health authority, correct? So
Yeah,
how
that's
you
true.
deal with the health authority, notified bodies, what are the documents required, how you answer those queries if deficiency comes. All these things will be covered. So these are basically 5 detailed modules, and this is the course curriculums for this entire course, like certificate in QA for biomedical quality assurance. So
And ma'am,
now you can hello, can you keep someone on mute? I think some noise is coming. Hold on, I will just keep on mute all, and then you can unmute and speak. Yeah. Now whoever wants to speak, they can unmute and speak.
so ma'am, through this course, you are going to cover more into the ISO 13485 in detail.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Which is the requirement, na? Mandatory requirement
Yes.
for medical devices.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Hello.
Yes, Vivek.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, guys. Ma'am, actually, I'm a field service engineer in Cath Lab division. So I wanted to change my role in quality, in the field of quality. That's why I want to join this class. So is it suitable for me for further career?
Yeah, of course, it depends on you, right? When there is a will, there is a way. If you thought that you are going to change your, whatever job you currently handling. So most of the service engineer, they fed up of, after working for 4 years, 3 years, 5 years down the line, they think that it's monotonous work. And now it's not suitable to me. So I have to acquire more knowledge. So this course will help you to enhance your knowledge. Typically, what is required for you to perform that particular job for QA role or RA role in the industry. Okay, so based on this skilling, whatever we are, imparting the knowledge and skilling you, those skill set will definitely help you to build your career in future. Wherever you want to go.
Sure. Thank you.
Ma'am, if you don't mind, I have one more last question. See, as a recent postgraduate, whenever I want to apply for the quality assurance roles, especially in the Germany, most of the time, every company, they expect me to have some previous industry experience, even though I have some like theoretical knowledge, which is acquired during my course or studies.
Okay.
So as a senior quality assurance professional, so what is the best suggestion that you give to a career starters?
Any employer, like suppose tomorrow you are the employer and you would like to employ some people in your company. Am I right? So what you will think? You will hire a person who has sufficient knowledge. You will hire a person who has knowledge plus people management skill and whatever project management skills, correct? And you being a employee, okay? Now you see the employee and employer relationship, okay?
Yeah.
So what is in employer's mind and what is in employee's mind, okay? So we are there to bridge this gap. Am I right? So
That's
some
true.
employees and some are the freshers coming out of university. Am I right? So who is going to bridge this gap? So we are the people who helps in bridging this gap. How we bridge the gap? I told you that we are going to train you in such a way that with that knowledge and with that technical knowledge plus the interview skills, you will be able to crack the interview first. Okay. Second,
Mhm.
if they want hands-on experience, so in that matter, you really want to give the confidence that given an opportunity, I would
Mhm.
like to, prove myself, because hands-on expertise I have in another area, but I have skilled on this particular area. I have gone through all the course curriculum. I have certified, you know,
Mhm.
I was trained by this institute and this is my certification. But plus I'm looking for an opportunity wherein I'm in a position to prove myself, which you are
Yeah.
going to give. Correct? Can I get
Yeah.
that opportunity? So you have to talk to the employer in this way, try to convince that
Yeah.
you will fit for the purpose. Because see,
Mhm.
anyone would see that how this employee, if I hire, how he is going to help me. Correct?
True. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So think from both the angle, how much you are
Mhm.
suitable, how much you are fit for the purpose.
Mhm. Yeah.
Correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your answer is impressive. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Anyone else?
Sahiti, you are from Usmania University, right?
From Usma
Saiti
University.
is asking, yeah.
Yeah, biomedical graduate, right?
Yes, sir.
Right now
Exactly.
you are in Hyderabad or you are in Germany?
No, sir. Right now I am in Germany.
Okay, when you are moving back, you want to come
Uh,
back or there only?
right now I'm searching for jobs here only, sir, because I wanted
Germany
to.
has many medical device companies, no?
True, ma'am. True.
In Europe,
But
it is a big
Okay.
opportunity.
No,
yes,
So
okay,
if
I am
you could,
asking, you want a job in India or in Germany?
right now, sir,
Germany,
I am in Germany.
Okay, after this training program, you are looking for a
Mhm.
job in Germany or in India? You want to come back to India?
Uh, no, sir. For some years, I wanted to work in Germany.
Ah, that's what I'm asking. Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
for information,
Okay, sir. Yeah.
okay. So anyone else would like to speak? Okay, just wait. I could see some chat box from Mohammed. Ma'am, what are the opportunities of medical regulatory analyst in Europe? How many years of experience is needed to work in Europe? See, Mohammed, it is like, depending on the employer's uh, job profile, what they are offering. Okay. So it varies from company to company. Okay. It varies from company to company. Also, it varies from why it varies from company to company, because all companies are divided into small, medium scale, and the large scale, right? Big MNC would need a different kind of job. So to become a regulatory analyst or the regulatory specialist, you should have thorough knowledge about the subject. Then you take the hands-on experience in one or two small company, and then you can enter into Europe. If currently, if you are in India, you take some kind of knowledge, hands-on expertise. You submit submission at least to CDSCO through Sugam portal in India. Get some ISI mark for your medical devices, and whatever opportunity comes to you, whether it is a small or a medium, you grab that opportunity. So first try to learn, first try to become expertise in that area. Okay, and then you uh, apply that knowledge, whatever you gain during this course, apply that knowledge by joining any small industry. Okay, and with that experience plus certification, definitely you will get good opportunities in Europe or any other country in that matter. For everyone this is possible. Yes, any other? Allaba,
I would like
Nima, Gary. Yeah.
I would like to ask one more question. Will you be even touching on the topic IEC 60601, which is actually a part of a quality assurance related to the general electrical safety?
Not really, because see, product specifications are totally different and there are thousands of product specifications. If we are going to cover within 50 hours of this course, it's not highly impossible for us because each product specification is different. No? For you, it is electrical standards. For others, something different. So product specific, sorry to say, we are not going to cover in this program.
Okay.
But during interaction with the trainers, if you ask any generic question which is answerable by the trainer, like last time if I recollect, one person had asked about the risk analysis for electrical product only, so he was in a position to answer. So you start correlating and then you get the more guidance. Okay.
Okay. Has in the topic comes in, we can have a discussion upon it.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
So who is next? I could see 3 people only ask the question. So Gunasilan, Sunil, Malviya, Gary, Mohammed. Acha, Mohammed, you have asked. Mohammed Faiz, correct? Sorry for pronunciation if I wrongly
Yes,
mentioned.
it's correct only.
Yeah, okay. It will take some time to, take your name properly. This first meeting. David, Mani, Vallabha, Nima.
Mr. Shravan Shiv, you are available.
Yeah, Shravan Shiv. Okay. Shravan Shiv, what do you want to ask?
Brother, you are available.
Yeah, he is available, I think. Can you unmute and speak?
Yes, ma'am. Are you able to hear me? Hello?
Yes. We can hear you.
Yes, madam. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, actually, currently I'm working in Saudi Arabia as biomedical engineer for the past 4 years, handling projects here in hospital. And in India, I was working with Schiller Healthcare and Olympus for the past 5 years. In total, I have 9 years of experience. So I am into service sector for the past 9 years. So now I'm looking to get into regulatory affairs as it is booming in India. So will this course help me for this career change?
Definitely help. Because see, regulatory affairs means what? You have to follow country specific regulations. But
yes, ma'am.
If you are aware of technical file preparation, what kind of data codes, what are the content, so that would definitely help you. So many previous batch students have helped a lot this course.
Okay. So this course covers all right from the basics, right, ma'am?
For USFDA, Europe and India, we have covered. So based on that, suppose if you are following SFDA guidelines, so guidelines are different, but
yes,
you understand basic things, because see, in USFDA you may have to translate those into Arabics, correct? So the cover letter and other administrative parts would be different. Technical I'm talking about. So
because I'm after this, sorry to interrupt that, because after this, I am trying to get back to India actually.
Okay, so India, we have already covered Sugam portal and all submissions. Even we are covering ISIMR.
Yeah, just I went through your slide. It was good actually. That's what I just wanted this clarification.
Oh yeah, yes.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, Mr. Shravan.
Yes, sir.
You filled the form, no? So you are eligible for this course.
Okay.
And unfortunately, this program quality assurance program, and the other program is the project management, is the IPSC programs. Two
Okay.
programs are for the upskilling programs. It means
Okay.
for the biomedical engineers who are working in the biomedical domain or medical devices industry, or maybe the healthcare industry,
Yeah.
to
Yes.
upgrade their skills.
Yeah.
Okay, like you, those who are working in the hospital in the
Yeah.
Gulf countries, those who
Yeah.
are from the Philippines and the Nigeria and other countries also, the biomedical
Okay.
engineers were registered in the previous batches.
Okay.
In the first
Okay.
batch, we had 32 registrations,
Okay,
and in the second batch, we have 18 registrations are there, and in the
Yes,
third
sir.
batch, we had 52 registrations. All three got
Okay, sir.
together, it's a 102 candidates trained, and recently we
Okay.
conducted the examinations, they are certified. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So what
Okay,
we
sir.
is most of them 90 plus candidates out of 102, 90 plus candidates are almost not working professional, either working in the
Okay.
company, maybe in the hospital, or maybe in the medical device industry also, to
Okay.
change
Okay.
their domain, and
Yeah.
few of them are to upgrade skills. For
Okay.
example, in the last batch, third, we got a registration of 22 candidates from Sajanand Medical Technologies from Surat. These are
Okay.
the employees who are working in their organization in the
Okay.
manufacturing process.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so the company is sponsored. So this program is an upskilling program. Okay, with
Okay,
our
sir. Okay.
experience as a biomedical engineer, we are already working on the medical devices. We know how to handle
Yes,
the
sir. Yeah. Yeah.
equipment, how to do the services. We don't know what is the
Yes, sir.
regulation
Yes, sir.
process. Okay, so in this
Yeah.
program, on the regulation guideline process. Okay, what is the guidelines are there according to country specific. Okay, and
Okay.
the
Okay.
same like how we work like a NABH documentation, medical device regulation also
Okay.
complete
Yeah.
documentation rules.
Okay.
It is not only the junior level engineers, like the quality control engineers will be in the production line, and then they check the products. And those who are in the mid level or the higher level, they will be do the mostly documentation work. In front of the
Okay,
computer,
sir.
they will sit and prepare the documentation for the respective company, respective products. Okay,
Okay,
so
sir. Yeah.
the program we plan every Saturday evening 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time,
Okay, sir.
which is
Okay, sir.
accessible from the Southeast Asia to the Gulf countries also. Okay,
Sir,
in UAE.
sir, sorry for the disturbance, sir. Someone's voice is disturbing. We're not able to hear.
Ma'am, can you please unmute all?
Yeah, actually, just hold. Again, I will unmute. Mute. I have muted all. Now, those who wants to speak can unmute and speak.
Thank you, ma'am. So, if this program is for working professionals, so there will be definitely we will be busy with our works. If the candidate is unable to attend any session, it is the sessions are all recorded versions. Madam will give the respective session link to the absentees. The candidates can watch at any time. Okay, and after the 50 hours training program, there will be an examination. IBSE assessment will be there on the 5 modules. In each module, there will be a 30 multiple choice questions, and eligibility to qualify the module is a 60% score is required. Out of 30, 18 should be the right answer. If the candidate is qualified the module, who scores more than 18, he is qualified. And if not qualified, there is no percentage, there is no scoring, there is no grading, there is no gold medals, nothing. This is a skill training program. It is not an academic program. Okay. Unfortunately, if the candidate is not qualified in any module, we will conduct the reschedule the test. There is no additional cost for that. And the examination is online. We will give the test login ID, test link, login ID, and the password to the candidates by email. They can log in and then take the test at any date, at any time. The validity of the link will be 10 days. Usually, we give the 2 weekends, like Friday we will share so that the candidates will get a time on the Saturday, Sunday, and next week Saturday, Sunday also. Okay, so 2 weekends the candidates will get a time, and upon the qualification we'll issue the certificate. And what will be the timings? Will the entire documents will provide the entire course? Yes, the PPTs will be shared, and the relevant information on the PDF files. Okay, that will be shared to the each and every participants. Mr. Shravan Kumar, is it your queries are addressed? Shravan Kumar.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for your clarification. It was clear actually.
Yes. Dr. Arun Kumar, you are there. You have any questions?
No.
His voice is
Sir.
breaking.
Okay, next, Arjit Patnaik. If you have any questions, please ask. This is a session for the to clarify your questions. Okay, all our general questions we received. A question by the Mr. Vivek, a biomedical engineer. Will this helpful? Will this course help in a role change from hospital field to healthcare company? Yes, it is helpful. And Soumya, technical service engineer from India. How long the duration of the course? It's a 50 hours duration. Session will start from the 12th June and up to the 4th September. Every weekend, every Saturday, 5:30 to 8:30, the sessions will be there. And Himashri, fee structure she asked. Fee structure is for all our Indians are there right now. So for the Indians, the course fee is 19,500 rupees. This includes the 15,000 rupees course fee of online training and 4,500 rupees of the assessment fee. And there is a 10% early bid registration is there for those who registered before 8th June. Today is the 5th June, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Another 3 days time is there. So if you are registering by that time before 8th, the course fee will be 18,000 rupees only. And the other question is, what are the certain procedures for being a quality engineer? Fee details only. Sunil
Right.
Dasi is available. He done the registration already.
Sunil Malviya is there.
No. Ma'am, all are general question, course fee, what is the modules, will provide
Okay.
the study materials. But those who filled the form, they are not here. I will write a mail to them.
Yeah. Please write mail to them, and if you want me to talk to them, you give my number. They can call me, and I will clarify all their doubts. If they are not
Soumya is available, Soumya Raj.
so me is also not there here in this. I couldn't. Gloria is there.
Gunashila, you are from where?
Sir, I
You filled the form, right? Already registered. You already registered for this program. I see your application.
Yes, already registered. Yes, sir, yesterday, yes, sir.
Okay, appreciate you.
So who have not registered yet out of these 13 people?
Nothing but
Ma'am, I'm Sahiti. I haven't registered yet, but I'm gonna do this after this session.
Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am.
I also did not register till now, but I will register within a day.
Okay, good.
Hi, madam. I too have not registered. Maybe I will register by tomorrow morning.
Okay. So those who have not yet registered, please do the needful, maybe tomorrow, day after, as per your convenience. Because next Saturday the batch will start. And I request don't miss out any session because we are also calling all working professional from the industry who has, knowledge of this industrial aspect. So they are going to spend time for you during the weekend, and they are going to bring huge knowledge with the case studies. So we should respect them. Okay. and we need your cooperation during the course, because this course will be there for 3 months around, you know. So after each session, we try to put up some MCQ, some type of homework. We send you Google form to, you know, question answer, and we give the 4 answers. You have to select the correct answer out of 4 options, so that you keep learning, you know. So because we are going to meet once in a week for 3 to 4 hours, but within a week you should not forget. That is our intention, you know. So learning should be continuous along with your earning. Of course, few people are already working, so we also understand. And sometimes what happens, suppose the speakers are not able to cover a topic on Saturday, so some part we cover it on Sunday, because the speaker also are working in industry, they don't get time in the working days. So this happens very rarely, but we announce this well in advance, so that you also book your slot, you know, for 2 hours, 3 hours out of your busy schedule. So we fully cooperate from our end. Similarly, we expect your cooperation during the course, because this is all professional course, upskilling course. You are not like academics, you just graduated and, you know, you are coming to learn something. So all mature people will be there. We understand each other and cooperate to each other.
Hello, ma'am. This is Gloria. I wanted to ask, I don't have a biomedical engineering background, but I'm from MSc Life Sciences and Applied Medical Sciences background. I was working for a pharma company in R&D section for 2 years. And after that, I shifted to regulatory affairs for medical devices. And since then, 10 months, I'm working in that field only. I wanted to ask, am I eligible for this course? Because in the poster it is written for engineering as only.
No. It is helpful for MSc. Even the last batch, I think one MPharm student was there. So some people BTech, MPharm, biomedical engineer, those who are willing to make career in medical device are eligible. Not an issue at all. We need minimum graduation plus, you know, 2 to 3 years of experience. But sometimes 1 year, 1.5 year experience also will do in different areas. It's not only quality assurance. So perfectly fine, because nowadays, see, all medical device industry hiring those people who have skills, right, and who have the degree. So basic science degree, like from life science, or like you said, engineering, sufficient. So you are already from life science MSc, correct?
Yes.
So pharmacist also comes from life science. And from healthcare and engineering, you know, some people, I think, somewhere doctor also, correct? Nituri?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, from
Dr. Rahul.
healthcare, yes,
Dr. Rahul.
doctors.
Dr. Rahul.
Yeah, doctors also have joined this. So this course was really helpful in your career.
The doctors
Yeah,
done in the first batch. Nipur is there. She's the director for the
correct.
it's from Aurangabad. It's a from bank. Their organization. Their employees registered. Director and employees registered.
Correct. Nupur
It's
was there.
the course is about the learning the regulation guidelines. So those who are working from the education is different. That's what telling. Education is different. Skill is different. Okay, to join the course. Okay, you, for example, the candidate is joining any BTech course, you will see the all are like a 10+2 candidates only, same age group. In the skill training program, we see that the senior, in the last batch, the quality head of the Sajanand Medical Technologies, where there are 28 years of experience persons are there. From the same organization, recently joined 6 months, 3 months, new employees also there as a member, as a participant. So it's a mixed age group, mixed profiles will be there. And through the interaction also can learn a more, not only from the subject matter experts, from the fellow members also can learn, because different experiences
Yeah.
are there. Different participants, they are working in different organizations, different experiences they will share. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. And if you still have any doubts, we will stay back for another 5-10 minutes. Let us discuss. Otherwise, I will drop my mobile phone on WhatsApp. Also, you can chat if you feel hesitant to speak during meeting. Okay. So my name is Rajasri Ojha, and I'm the founder and director of Raj GPRSC. So my organization is 12 years old, but I am there in industry for last 32 years. So we have huge network, and we provide all the skill-based program. So skilling and upskilling is our main passion. Due to my passion, I help all my students and working professionals to build their career. And we help in all respects. It's not only the technical knowledge. We have to learn many things, the people management, the soft skill, the communication skill. So we arrange to 1 or 2 topics on soft skill basis also, so that all my student will take advantage of this, and it will be helpful for them. Because all students are from different background, different industry. Some people would be having hardly 1 year, 2 year experience. Some people, as Nituri said, were having 20 years experience. So you are going to learn, more and more through this all crowd. And rest assured us, trust us, it is definitely going to help this course.
Can I put in one more question, please?
Yeah, of course. You ask
Yeah.
as many as you can.
Thanks for that. As you said, there will be an case studies based on the scenarios. So this case studies will be provided to us after the each classes or after the end of the modules. This is one question. And second is, as we are not sure about the submission and the technical writing and all, even upon that, some assessment will be given to us.
Yeah, well, to answer your first question, the case studies will be discussed during the course curriculum. Plus, some snapshots will be there in your training modules, okay, wherein we give the handouts to all the students, training material, what we say, okay. In that case study will be there. The second question, like writing skill and all, those will be only discussed. But if you want to write or submit any dossier, that hands-on will only be possible in your own organization. So suppose off the line, if you need any additional skills, if you want to acquire, so we have different courses. If you see, Raj GPRSC has different modules for technical writing or any other modules. So if you need any additional support, for learning those skills like medical writing, CMC writing, or any in that matter, you can always discuss with me offline. And during this course curriculum, particularly the topics which we have included will be taught you in depth. And during teaching those topics, whatever case studies will be brought to your notice, so will of course will be part of that presentation, and it will be given to you.
Okay, but it will be in the group, but individually it will not be provided to us to do it as an assessment basis.
No. Assessment will be based on the topic, of course, but the assessment will be of typical MCQ, multi-choice questionnaire. So for each topic, there will be assessment. That you need not to worry, okay? For each topic, there will be assessment, and the assessment will be given after the lecture. Suppose this Saturday we finish one topic, and half the topic, out of that one topic, half the lecture is pending. So next week. So after completion of that particular topic, you will be receiving MCQ, okay? And that you have to solve within 1 or 2 days. You get 5 days when we meet, we meet once in a week. So you get minimum 5 to 6 days, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Ma'am, I have one question.
Yes. Yeah, Vivek.
As I'm a working professional, so most of the time I'm traveling from one customer place to another customer place. So it could be due to network issue or due to customer call, I might not able to attend the class. Not for every class, but yeah, any one of class it will be missed by due to certain conditions. So it will be revised for those students who didn't attend.
No, generally we do take the recap. Suppose now ISO 13485, we need 3 Saturdays. Okay. So when we are covering 1 to 4 clauses during the first lecture, suppose. So we see to that next week. Suppose during first week, if somebody is absent, 1 or 2, generally absenteeism is very rare, okay, in our course, because these are upskilling program. Everybody is matured enough, to spend some time and take the advantage of that. So coming to your question, when we are teaching you ISO 13485, it goes for 3 weeks, and you are absent in first week or the second week. In that matter, we try to cover the recap of the previous module. Okay, suppose if you missed out the first session, the second and third session you are attending, we see to that during the second session, the first session, what we have covered, and we will also ask. The session will be interactive. We are going to ask you questions, so the answer automatically get from the trainees like you, and that will add value to the person who was absent. Okay. Plus, the trainer will, of course, will have the recap of the previous session. And I am always there. I see to that I'm available for all my students on all these 50 hours. Okay, all the Saturday I keep time for this session. Okay, though other speakers will be teaching you, I see to that I involve myself from start to end.
So, thanks, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have one more question for you and Naresh sir. For example, if I want my parents to pay for this course, so but generally in the so it will be on the name of them, not my name.
That is Nituri can advise. It
Okay.
doesn't matter the money comes from your account or your parents' account, right? It matters, it goes to whose account, like IBS, MTZ. So Nituri must have given the account details, right? So that account number should be perfect. It doesn't matter from whom it is coming. So because varieties of people are there and everybody is filling the form, paying the fees. Am I right, Nituri?
Yeah.
Yes, you can, your parents or your family, friends can do the payment, take the transaction copy, transaction number, fill the application form, and send it to me by email.
Okay, definitely. Yeah. Thank you.
So anyone else who would like to ask question? So those who have joined late, I can just browse through once again through the syllabus. Just hold on. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see, ma'am.
No? Hold on. I'm unable to. Hold on. Can you see?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry. No. So this is a course curriculum in which we are, teaching you the 5 modules. The first module will be introduction to various medical device regulatory bodies and the worldwide medical device industry. And you are going to learn about the Indian, European, and US FDA regulation. What are the changes happen from MDD to MDR? Okay, in Europe and India also, MDR 2017 rule has come, right? So implementation is going on. And as you know, because of COVID, they have extended the timelines, correct? So still we are into transition period. So everything will be taught under this topic. And then ISO 13485, all 5 clauses will be taught to you. And along with that, some auditing technique, as per ISO 19011. Then ISO 14971 about risk management. So this is also very important and critical topic, which you will be learned a lot during this session also. Then how to prepare technical file, when you are submitting your dossier for Europe, US, or this India. So you are going to learn about everything, the 510K submission, PMA submission, then submission through Indian regulatory body, then how to get ISI mark from BIS. So all these things will be taught to you. Okay. And this is how this program looks like. So any question about this program now? Rest all things we have covered, right? So suppose if
Ma'am,
you,
one query for me actually.
yeah.
This is Gunasi. Ma'am, actually, I am working as a field service engineer. So, is there any prerequisite before starting the course? Like anything I wanted to know in the basics of the quality side, so that it will be easy for me to understand it.
Now see, if you have time, you just try learning a quality management system. How does it look like?
Yes.
What are the clauses? And then rest all, like once you start developing interest to learn, the quality management system, then the next step is technical document preparation and how to handle all the regulatory submissions as per country specific requirement. So that is how we move forward.
Okay. Thank you.
Pranita, do you have any question? Shailaja had joined, I think. Pranita, Shailaja, and who else joined recently? Slavat Reddy.
My questions are covered, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Shailaja, do you have any question? Rajesh Kumar,
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Nima. Nima is a male or female? Vallabha.
No, madam. Question. Thank you.
Okay, Vallabha, I thought it is a female, but you are male. So good, at least
Male,
you speak. Hello.
male, madam.
Okay.
Maharashtra, in Maharashtra.
Nima is male or female? Hi, Nima.
Hi, madam.
Okay, good.
Yes. Yes.
So, guys, I think it is pretty clear now, right, about the syllabus, about the how we are going to train you, how the certification will be completed, how the exams assessment will be taken by IBSC, and other question which comes to your mind about the career opportunities, and there were a couple of other questions, right? And I think we have solved all the questions. And if you still have, I have given my number, WhatsApp number in the chat box. You already have Nituri's number. You can speak to him or me for other, future career guidance. And with this, I will close this session. Nituri, what do you say? Thank you once again for your time. If you don't have questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you and bye.
Yeah.
Enjoy your
Thank you.
weekend and please
Yeah.
try to fill up form, pay the fees so that we start this session as early as possible from 12th of June.
Before 5th June, there is no extension for the last date. It is an organization.
Correct.
So I need to follow the guidelines. Sir, today is 9th June. Please consider my application. Means I can't help. This is not my organization. Kindly understand. And then,
Yeah.
see, if it is your organization, Rajeshri organization, means madam may consider. So it is not my organization. So I am employee here in IBSC, AMDZ.
Right.
So I need to follow my company AMDZ guidelines. So please do the registration before 8th June. If you are interested, then only the discount rates will be applicable. Otherwise, there is no discount.
Correct. So I hope it is
Thank you so
pretty
much, ma'am.
clear. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the
Nithin.
participants.
Thank you, each participant. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.